Hello. Happy Saturday, people.
Saturday, everybody.
Happy freaking Saturday.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Big Girl Talk Show. We are ready to roll. We are ready. This is season 3, episode 3. This is Trauma 3, a part of the series. Season 3,
It's a lot of
Trauma 3. Right. So we are here. We are ready. We are going live in 30 seconds.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all there.
Give us those puppy
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
We back. 30 seconds is up.
We are here and
we're
ready.
live.
We are live. We are continuing to heal you guys. Today is all about Trauma 3.
Listen. It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a good show.
Because we continue. Look, we did the first trauma in season 1, of course. Well, both of the traumas
in
season 1. And we talked about a lot. And it definitely helped me.
Right.
Go through and decipher what I need to start my healing at, because I definitely made a decision to heal.
Right.
Because I don't want my trauma, number one, to determine my future and also define who the person that I'm trying to be.
Right. Exactly.
So we're continuing that cycle there. We're continuing the healing as you see in the description there. So we're just gonna get into it. First and foremost, Mila.
I'm feeling like I'm ready to put my hair up. I'm feeling like a little bit of trauma today.
No, I like it. It's like the main, bruh.
Oh my god.
It's the main.
Wow.
Come on, so. Listen, you experienced some trauma.
Man, look.
This past week.
And it brought up some stuff too. But yes, I did experience some trauma this past week. So if you do know or don't know, Atlanta experienced an ice storm on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was at work on Tuesday, and then we were determining whether or not we were going to close. First, before we get into that, because I'm ready to taste this.
Okay.
Sorry. Before we get into that, let me back up for a second, because we have some smoothies that we wanted to try today. We got snacks today. Snacks and juice today. We got smoothies that we want to try today, and this is a Boathouse from Boathouse Farms.
Yeah.
This is
not sponsored. This is literally just experimental.
We want to try it.
Yeah.
This is amazing mango smoothie.
And
so
I
definitely want to try this today.
Because of my health issues, I have the green goodness. So 100% juice smoothie. We wanted to make sure. Oh, okay. I forgot it was my favorite fruit in there.
Oh yeah. So this has mango, oranges, and apples.
So this has mangoes, pineapple, apple, but also it has spirulina, green tea, broccoli, spinach, barley grass, wheat grass, garlic, artichoke, and dulce leaf.
Right.
So yeah.
I got a lot of other stuff too, but I don't feel like that. So let's try. Because I want to try it.
Let's do it. Let's see if this is gonna be traumatic.
It's not bad.
Okay. I'm scared.
It's good. It's actually good. I think, when you say smoothie, we used to the chunkiness or whatever, or the smooth, the thick smoothness.
Yeah.
It's thick, but it's not thick like a smoothie like we would make.
This tastes like V8 juice.
Really?
Yes. Which I'm a fan of. So I'm okay with this. I can do this.
I really like this. Again, this is Boathouse Farms.
Come on, commercial.
Amazing mango.
Come on, commercial.
All right.
But back to so I'm on different pages here myself. TikTok. We are going to make sure that we try to acknowledge everybody.
Yes, please be patient with us. But hello from Hammond, Louisiana. Thank you for joining.
Yes, and then BGT, once you come into the live, make sure that you type in BGT. Then let us know that you're here and you're listening. If you want to share your experiences, we're here for it. We're talking through it. just disclaimer, we are not professionals.
Not professionals.
We're just sharing our experiences.
Our own experiences. We don't expect you to take this and run with it. If you want to express your own experience, do that in the comments. We got snacks today. We got drinks today.
We're
talk.
healing together.
Let's talk
Okay,
about
so sister, what happened to you this week? Mm-hmm.
So Atlanta had an ice storm on Tuesday. I was at work. Around about 3:30, I decided to go home because it had started coming down like at 2:15. And I was like, you know, it looked like cotton. It's not really doing anything. But
I could get home.
Unbeknownst to me, because the weather because of the temperature, it began to form ice fairly quickly, right? So 3:30, I'm 30 minutes away from home, approximately with traffic. 30 minutes out, I get stuck, right? I'm on the main roads. Main roads were not clear, but they were, you know, good. People were riding on them. It becomes icy. We get the main road gets stuck. They cut it off. So I'm seeing people ride down the side road. I'm like, okay, if they can get down the side road, maybe I can too. Well, unbeknownst to me, everybody going down the side road got stuck. So we're all stuck on this hill. We're just sliding, slipping, everybody slipping into each other. Thank God nobody slid into me. I didn't slide into anybody. There were clusters of cars that had slid into each other behind me and in front of me. But I was stuck in the middle of the road, slipping and sliding and could not move. This lady came and she coached me out of the way. Man, when I tell you, I'm talking about, I was literally too scared to put my car back in drive. She was like, I got you. Put it in low gear.
A woman.
Like all these men was out there. Nobody tried to help me. This woman rode past me because she really wanted me to get out of the way. That's what it was. But she did it with love and she helped me out of the way to get to the side of the road. I couldn't get up the hill, but I was able to get out of the way. So nobody could like slam into me or whatever. So I'm out there. Like, people are starting to leave. People are starting to get picked up. They're leaving their cars. Everybody's emergency lights are on. We out there. Now it's getting dark, right? It's getting dark. My tow truck has not come. So I called. I have roadside assistance. Tow truck did not come. Called the Uber. I called for the black car, the big Suburban. I'm telling him, don't come up the hill because you're going to get stuck. I'll walk down to meet you. Oh, no, I got it. I'm coming up the hill. He comes up the hill. He stops right beside my car.
And guess what happened?
He got stuck. So, okay, so that didn't work. So he's trying to get somebody to help him get unstuck. So I'm panicking. Not only that, there's no gas in my car. I didn't stop for gas because I'm like, I'm just going to try to make it home, right? I get stuck. I'm in the car for 8 hours.
A whole shift.
I'm stuck in my car for 8 hours trying to get help, trying to do everything. I'm talking to my sister, my son, my nephew, my supervisors, my managers, my HR team. I'm talking to everybody. We're all trying to come up with a solution. I'm freaking out. I done had 3 panic attacks. I'm outside by myself and my car is about to die. Lo and behold.
Come on, lo and behold.
God is good.
Listen.
He just kept dropping little drops of gas.
little drops of glory in that gas tank.
In my gas tank. How did that car run for 8 hours? I'm talking about literally before I got stuck. I was on E.
Fumes.
My car ran for 8 whole hours.
My God, today.
The heat was running. I was not cold. I ended up calling 911. They said, because I was telling them that I was like, I've been here for 8 hours. I need to go home. I need to get out of this car. They sent somebody after me, but he couldn't come to me. He parked his car literally about 2 miles away. He said, start walking towards me. It was 2. I was exaggerating with it. He parked his car about 2 miles away. He said, start walking towards me. I will meet you, and then we'll walk back to my car.
What that man called it?
Y'all, Officer Johnson.
Officer Johnson.
Oh, my God.
He was a sweetheart that brought my sister
Officer
home.
Johnson met me in the dead of cold. It was 20 degrees outside, maybe 23. We walking through the snow. I done fell in a hole. He done had to get me up. I didn't tell y'all that. I fell in a hole. He done had to get me up. We walking. The snow is forming ice under my boot. y'all. And if anybody know me, you know I got some serious back problems. Not only that, but I am also overweight. So that was a horrible experience to walk to this man. I get to him, and all I can do is walk with him back to his car.
But God.
So
you made it to the car.
I made it.
Got warm.
I didn't get warm. I got home.
Where you got home?
I made it to the car and I got home. And let me tell you something. Normally, because I like to be comfortable at work, I wear these little flimsy shoes with some socks to my job because I like to be comfortable. You know, I'm on my dresses, but I wear my little flimsy shoes and my socks. But that day, God said, put on some boots.
Put on some boots.
Because you got something to do later on. God said, put on some boots.
Look, I just got a question. You had on your boots.
Okay, what's the question?
So within that time you was actually in the car, you stated that some things was happening and it brought up some things. Was it literally like the confinement, or was it like desperation that you literally couldn't think of a out at that moment? What happened, like, as far as mentally with you?
The thing was, I guess as long as I was in the car, I was anxious, but I was okay. When the Uber got there, I cut the car off and I got out the car, was slipping and sliding to get to his car, and then when he couldn't go, I had to get back out the car, and I was standing on the sidewalk, literally looking around. There's nobody out here. It's pitch black dark. The road is a sheet of ice. Like, there is nowhere for me to go. Nothing for me to do. There is a housing development. I don't know anybody. Nobody's going to let me in their house. I wouldn't even ask to go in their house, actually. At that point, I said to myself, there's no more options.
Right. So you was preparing yourself to stay in your car.
I was preparing. Yes. There's no other option. And now I have to get back in this car in this small space with nothing. I'm by myself. I'm literally just out here in the world. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Now, on the flip side, you may ask, not you, but you guys may ask, what was your family doing? Let me tell you something. First of all,
love you, Shaw. Thank you for joining.
Shout out to my nephew.
Shout out.
Her son, JTD. He put a bounty. He put a bounty on his mother's safety.
Honey.
All the way in South Carolina. He said, anybody want to make this certain amount of money, holler at me right now. Right now. He was not playing about his mama.
My mama.
Go get her. And then you ask, what did I do? What could have I done? I did everything that I could.
Everything possible.
I tried to listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Oh my God.
I started thinking of exes with trucks,
honey,
with dualies,
honey,
with suburb. Listen, I was big heading it all evening.
How you doing?
What's going on?
What you up to?
And then it was just like they was too far. They was either too far out, or they didn't have any type of way to come out because it was just too icy.
It was too icy.
At this particular time, I was like telling my son, we're going to have to go build a sled and go bring my sister out of this mess. Now, my son,
honey,
shout out to my child, her nephew. He was going to get his auntie. You know what I mean?
He was coming.
That last incident where you had the issue with the Uber, he didn't say a word. He went upstairs, put on his steel boots, his pants, and his bubble coat,
And he was ready to roll.
and his what do you call that feather hat that has the flap? He was going to get his.
Oh, the Eskimo hat.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I looked up. All I seen was this image. This image coming toward me. I said, "What are you talking? I'm gonna go get my aunt. I'm gonna get her. She is by herself. I'm gonna get her." I said, "Bless her." We tried everything possible. It was
horrible.
in that moment. Now, we can laugh about it
now,
but in that moment, it did kind of bring up desperate. It brought these feelings of desperation, being a failure. And I know it's kind of broad, but different types of traumas bring out different feelings.
It does. I absolutely hate having my choices taken away from me.
Exactly.
There's nothing I hate more than not being able to have a choice.
Exactly.
When you're telling me that this is all I can do is sit, there's nothing else that my hands can do but sit. I got a problem with it.
Mm-hmm. And it could go pretty much into any type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because that feeling of being backed in a corner, it really tears me up. Because I'm such a hothead anyway. So I always try to think of different scenarios, different outcomes, different ways that I can handle each situation. So when it comes down to a serious situation, if I can't find nothing,
right?
Oh my God,
I freak out. And he was like, now as much as I didn't want to walk, because walking long distance is just not. Well, it is feasible because I did it,
right.
But I felt like it wasn't feasible for me, and it took a lot of work.
It did,
because it was up a hill and around a corner. It took a
lot
of
through
work.
ice, so you were slipping and sliding, carrying on.
But it was like, this is what I have to do to get myself out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gotta go. And I was carrying that 8-pound pocketbook.
I be trying to tell her, y'all, don't put that much shit in her pocketbook. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Am I at work or not? Thank you so much for calling. What?
Please type BGT in the comments when you come in. We have please like, tap over here on TikTok. And we have a goal of 5 puffy hearts or roses, one of the two. But please share. I have no idea.
It's like a
boom, 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 boom. But please. So we are talking about trauma today. We are on the 3rd part of our series of trauma. The first 2 parts are on YouTube if you'd like to go check those out. Big Girl Talk 23 on YouTube. We are on the 3rd season.
I actually think this is episode 4.
Whatever. So in any case, we're talking about trauma, and that really
continuing to heal.
That threw me for a loop. So let me just say that with me and nephew was riding yesterday morning, and we rode down Jonesboro Road, and there was a tow truck out there with the lights flashing in the same exact area where I had to turn off. And he was talking to me, and all of a sudden, like, you know how in the movies when the person be talking and then it starts to sound like a mumble because you be tuned out. In that instance, when I saw that tow truck and the lights, I immediately went back to that night.
Wow.
And it was in the exact same place, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I don't even know how I got past that point. I kind of blanked out a little bit, which is not good because I was driving.
Right.
But it was like, it immediately brought me back to that same night. So I know I'm going to have a little trouble. Just like how it used to be when I would ride on the highway, I would get very much filled with anxiety and my chest would be tight and I couldn't hear nothing. But I just had to like ride it out for a minute and then I'll be okay. Because it felt like all the cars be closing in on me. And that's one reason why I don't ride the expressway. But I should have that day.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be, you would think so, but I don't think it would have been too much of a difference because the roads were not prepared
at all.
So I don't think, it would have made a difference. But even in that situation, you would definitely learn how to, I guess, better prepare yourself. In those instances, if it was me in particular, if this happened to happen again, I will always carry something in my car, right? Whether it be a heavier coat, different types of boots, making sure, just something that's gonna help me. Even if I'm in a place where I wouldn't be able to get out, I'll carry a blanket just to make sure I'll be able to keep myself warm. You have to prepare mentally and physically for all types of situations. Exactly. But you do actually have to go through certain situations to learn how to prepare.
Yeah, even to know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You're right.
So in some trauma cases or some traumas that we've dealt with in our lifetime, it kind of equips us to be prepared for anything. And I hate that it has to happen like that. For an example, if one person was in an abusive relationship, you would definitely have to, once you got out, you would have to make sure that you're prepared mentally, just in case something like that happens again, that you'll be able to get out again.
You'll know the signs.
Exactly.
It won't have to linger on so far before you're preparing to get out. You'll already know. You'll have your escape plan. Now, that does work well, but I fear that some people will use it as if they see anything, like something that isn't even a part of that part of the trauma, but if they see it, like you're going to live your life in fear. And so I guess you have to distinguish the difference between survival and fear, because you don't want to always be on edge and always jumpy and, oh, you said something stupid out your mouth, so now I'm gone.
Yeah.
And you're not giving anybody a chance. I guess you just got to weigh that kind of stuff out.
So in any case of trauma, how do you kind of navigate, or how do you determine what type of trauma is? I guess you wait it out, because anything could actually be traumatizing.
Right.
Somebody could just come up to you and scare you.
Right.
And then you'll have PTSD in regards to that. I was looking up different types of trauma and the levels in regards to it. There's acute trauma, there's chronic trauma, and it goes on like that. And I was just like, wow, somebody can actually measure the type of trauma you have. So I mean, how do you get out of that? Like, is it a development within yourself, or what? How did
you just have to? You have to know what level you're on. I guess it depends on, now I can't even say that, because one thing could happen to me and the same thing could happen to somebody else, and it may affect them more than it affected me, because I know things that I've been through in my life. I know people that have been through the same thing and they were devastated by it. They couldn't bounce back from it. So I guess it depends on the level of strength that you have within yourself and your determination not to be a victim always.
Right.
But just to be able to survive and get through everything. You have to know that you're not just put here to be a punching bag or, things like that. That's not your self-worth.
Hey, welcome in, Miss V.
Hey, welcome in.
Lady, what's that? Lady Live or Lady Live?
Thank you for joining.
Thank y'all so much for joining. Again, we are on TikTok and Facebook Live. We have we're talking about Trauma 3. You can definitely share your stories to help others heal, because I do definitely believe that we go through things to share and to help people out.
I had that what you was talking about, those different types of trauma. I had looked that up also a long time ago. I remember writing that down, those different types of trauma. I'm trying to see if I can find it while we're still talking, but that's definitely like that. Those, they categorize them as like being molested or seeing a murder or actually murdering somebody or all these different types. Yeah, they were categorized.
It was physical trauma, mental trauma, financial trauma, because somebody could be manipulating you in regards to your money. I know a situation where this guy, he's not I'm guessing that he's on the spectrum. So he's on the spectrum. So he stays with his mom.
Okay.
And so she's completely over his money. And she literally takes this man's money.
That's crazy.
Like he only thing he wanted to do for his birthday was to get a TV and a PlayStation 5. Because other than that, he doesn't work. He depends on, whatever, because, he's not able to do so. So she saw that he got this TV, right? It was bigger. It was nicer than hers. So she was just like, oh, I wish I had a TV. So she manipulated him
to get her TV.
No, to give her his TV.
Shut up. This is her son?
This is her son, her child. Right?
That's wild.
And so when he comes out of that, and I'm not saying that he won't ever come out of that, but if he ever has the opportunity to come out of that different type of abuse, that trauma, he's always going to think somebody is out to get him.
Right.
And to manipulate him and things like that.
He's not going to have a lot of trust with people.
He's not. And I'm trying, as the person that I am, I'm just like, you can't do that. Like, you, first and foremost, you have to get out.
Right.
I'm sorry. I know you don't want to disappoint your mom. I know you don't want to do this. I know you don't want to do it, but you have to get out. It's not healthy. And
but
for you
people will see that and won't even speak about it or won't even call it to anybody's attention.
Right.
Especially if they're going to reap the benefits as well. Like how she's doing it. Like if she had a friend and they're like, oh, you shouldn't really do him like that. But if she begins to start letting you reap the benefits, then it's going to be
all
okay. Yeah.
Because it's always going to be, oh, I can definitely talk my son into getting me this. I can definitely do this.
Right.
What if I get you this?
Wow.
People like that really, it's really horrible. Now, as far as like mental trauma and different types of physical trauma, I know me personally, I haven't been through physical trauma other than wrecks.
Right. Wow. Yeah, because that's definitely traumatic as well.
Since I've been to Georgia, I've had a total of 6 wrecks. You need a refill? I've had 7. This last one was 7.
Wow.
And all of them,
none of them were my fault.
Right. None. So I've had a total of 5 cars since I've been down here.
10 years.
In the last 10 years.
That's crazy.
Like, this last wreck that I had back in September 2023, 23, yeah. I don't even want a car. I want a car, but I don't want a car. Like, I'm just like,
what's the point?
I'm putting all my money, all my time into these vehicles. And anybody that knows me, I like music. So when I get a car, I automatically put a system in my car. I don't care what it is. I put a system in my car because that's what I like. I don't do the rims. I don't do it because I drive too crazy, whatever. But if anything, I would like music. I don't want it. I don't even want to go.
But you put all that in there and then somebody smash your car and then what? Now you gotta take it all back out. And you're just looking at the music. You're just looking at the system.
Hey, 420 plug. Okay, 420. So today we're talking about traumas. And then, of course, let's a little heavier subject.
Okay. Let's go.
With being physically, I want you to refill that. With being physically abused, male or female. Now, I can't speak on a male's perspective because number one, obviously, I'm not a male.
Right.
But if a man is put into that situation where he's being physically, mentally, financially abused, it's a lot harder. This is just my opinion. Okay. It's a lot harder for him to come out of that because there's not really a safe space for him to ask for help or to try to start healing, because men are always seen to be, they have to be the strongest or they can't be vulnerable at any time. And I think that's why a lot of men are being victims, with certain things because they can't express their feelings or they can't begin to heal because of their past traumas.
I agree. I agree that they can't express themselves.
Okay.
I don't agree that they will allow themselves to be victims.
No, I'm not saying that they will allow themselves to be victims. I'm just saying they, at that very moment, they're victims. Mm-hmm. However, it's hard for them to start healing out of that situation. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
But it's true. And nobody will come forward. It's just like
we can't go there because we got a big project that we're working on for that topic.
Okay.
So we can't go there today.
Yeah. My bad.
So y'all stay tuned because we got a big project coming up for that specific topic alone. Because
it's gonna be dope.
We gotta talk about it.
It's gonna be dope.
We gotta talk about it. Shout out to Short Bird. We're gonna get that on the map. We're gonna get that on the calendar.
I'm sorry. Huh? What happened?
8 ounces a day.
Oh, when I'm thirsty.
See, you don't stick to nothing.
I really don't.
But yeah, that's got to be talked about. We have got to gather our men and help them get it out. Mm-hmm. We got to do that. So
first you have to provide a safe space.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what we're going to provide in the next upcoming months, and please look out for that. That's going to be a dope panel show. Mm-hmm. We're going to do that. So not to say that we don't want to talk about men today, but just not in depth because we're working on it
in that certain topic. Yeah.
So we do know that, and I wonder if you know, or if you can relate to the fact of when you listen to certain music, smell certain smells, hear certain sounds, or watch certain TV shows, that it brings up different types of trauma that may have happened in your past. Like a lot of TV shows that I watch, I find myself just bawling because either what's happening on the show I can relate to, or because it was a show that I used to watch with somebody, or something about it. Something just brings it up. It brings it all up and it brings it out for me.
For me, it's music. Music can bring out a lot of what I went through in my life, whether it was good, bad, ugly, whatever. And if I have the tendency to listen to certain songs over and over and over and over again.
Does it put you back in that place?
It does. At first, it's like, it's more, okay, how can I describe this? So when I first hear this, a particular song, it kind of sets me into a trance to where I revisit that moment. And then once I start listening to the song over and over and again, it's just like I'm trying to get out of it. And then by a certain period of time, it could be like the third or the fourth time that I heard the song, I'm just like, I'm not over it, but it feels lighter.
It feels better. Okay, got you.
So music does that.
Has any particular instance turned you against a song?
No. Not at all.
But you know how some people be like, oh, that's our song or whatever from past relationships. And some of those songs I don't even listen to no more, because every time I hear it, it reminds me of that person. So I'm just like, ew, don't even want to hear the song.
It's completely opposite for me. It's a healing process for me, because if it was our song, if it was ours, now that I hear it, it's raining. It's raining. But once I hear the song, it helps me get over that person, because it's just like, the more that I hear the song, I'm like, oh, okay, we had this special song together, and now fuck, I hate you,
Mm.
or whatever. Hey, Mr. Big, thank you so much for joining. But yeah, so no, it doesn't turn me. It doesn't turn me away.
Well, you love music anyway.
I do. So nothing would ever deter me away from music.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter.
Thank you so much for joining. Please tap the screen. Thank you so much for joining over here. You'll probably watch the rewatch because we haven't really had any joiners. However,
Not joiners or views.
But
yeah.
However, we are talking about trauma today. What is your trauma? What have you been through? What's going on? Y'all talk to us. Let us read some comments. So with things that have happened at what?
No.
Oh, with things that have happened in the past.
Yeah.
What one thing would you tell your younger self?
Not to trust people so much.
And is that like part of your trauma, trusting people?
Definitely. Because when I was younger, I literally took people at face value. And as I think all children do. But my teenage years and my young adult years or whatever, listen. So yeah, not to trust people so much, not over myself. Yeah. Trust your instincts, but don't stop trusting people so much, because at the end of the day, people will actually show you who they really are. Believe them.
Believe them the first time.
I was a big advocate for giving someone the benefit of the doubt. Oh, I'm such a good person. Maybe if they see if I was doing something or what kind of person I am, it'll motivate them to become a better person. No. Trust that they're gonna be the dog that they are, or the person that they are when they first show you. Stop trusting people so freaking much. And a lot of situations that I went through, it was self-inflicted trauma because I wanted to be loved, I wanted to be accepted by certain people, and I just wanted to be happy. So I accepted and I trusted people. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Absolutely not. Not no more. Hey, Mick for life. Okay. But yeah, what about you?
What would I tell my younger self?
What you gonna tell Riri? Go Riri.
I would tell my younger self to bear to. I don't know how to get it out. I would tell my younger self to go ahead and express the truth about everything, regardless of how it's going to look to the family, regardless of how it's going to play out. Okay. That's not your business. Your business is to protect yourself from things that people don't know is happening. Right. It was a lot of people's job to protect me, but if they don't know it's happening,
they can't protect
They can't protect me.
Right. And I think that was a bigger part of my trauma, is that I kept a lot of stuff in because I'm just like, who gonna believe me? That was me.
Yeah. Now I didn't think anybody wouldn't believe me.
That was me.
Yeah. I just thought it was gonna be a war if I open my mouth. Yeah. And that's not my stance. Like, I should not have had to been worried about that. I didn't know where I was. Right. But I'm always protecting and covering somebody else, even when they should have been exposed.
Exactly. Hey, welcome, YW Big D. But listen, that was your part, but my part was that I was just like, why should I say something? They're not gonna believe me. I was already the what you call it, the black sheep.
Right, the black sheep of the
family. So I didn't think nobody would care. I'm not calling you. Oh, okay. But okay, what else? But anyway, so that's a part of my healing and me becoming a better person, is to recognize, a lot of my trauma was self-inflicted.
Mhm.
I don't want to blame nobody for what I went through if, I couldn't help it.
Right.
It is thick. But a lot of times, I think about it a lot these days, and as far as me being so selective with my certain friend groups, for certain people that I deal with romantically, it's because of those particular self-inflicted traumas.
Right.
Like I've had friends that betrayed me, so now I only have a couple.
Right.
I just can't fathom how people would do people that say I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
How you do me dirty and still expect me to be okay with it?
Right. I'm just like, bitch, fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Wow.
Wow.
But that's true. Like,
hey, Karma, welcome in.
You say you love me. Why do you do these things?
Come on, bro.
Why do you do these things?
Family, friends. Oh God, it's
sickening.
It's a lot.
It's
definitely a lot. What about in your relationships? What has been like, without going, if you want to, in your past relationship, what has been traumatic for you, and how did you deal with that coming out?
Traumatic in my relationships,
something that shook you to the core.
The only thing that was traumatic in my past relationships was finding out that my husband had a baby. That was the ultimate for me, and how it was hidden from me from not only him but his family.
Wow. Again, the people that say they care and they love you.
So having that, having a whole human being being hid from me, and that wasn't the traumatic part. The traumatic part was that he knew and we agreed that he was okay that I couldn't have any more kids.
Right.
And that he didn't want any more kids, and he was okay with that. We agreed that that was okay. So then to know or to find out that you slipped up, quote unquote, and had a baby was devastating to me. Wow. It was like you went and did something that you said you didn't want to do, and I can't do.
So it was more or less the betrayal.
It was the betrayal for me.
Wow. And how long in the relationship had y'all been married before this particular thing happened and came out?
So the baby was born in January.
Okay.
We got married in July. So he actually had the baby before we got married.
Whoa.
We got married in July. I didn't find out till maybe the next January or that December or something like that, because I saw the picture. Okay. He had on a little Christmas outfit. And the picture was sitting on his sister's coffee table. I'm like, who little beige baby is that?
Right.
Because I know everybody in this family.
Wow.
And so
the baby was just living and just existing.
Yeah. And I think the baby had to have some type of surgery or something. And he wanted to come and ask me, could he go? And I'm like, go to what? Who is this child?
Right. Wow.
So yeah, that was that was that. That was the only traumatic thing that I have really been through in my relationships. Everything else was a normal relationship. You know, you have your tits or your tats or stats or whatever. But nothing major at all. I've never been through anything domestic, praise God. The financial part, I wasn't traumatized by that until after the relationship, when I started looking through my cash apps. But they didn't finesse it. I gave it up.
You was in a whole relationship.
I was in a relationship.
So it wasn't like you was just out here giving money to a rando.
Right.
But it was literally like,
once you look back on
it.
Wow.
Listen.
But hey,
I'm trying to think of any traumatic experience. I don't think I've actually, and not in a romantic relationship. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's excuse me,
Mm-mm.
just like just a regular shit that you go through in a relationship.
Right.
The majority of the things that I went through was it was 100% family,
Mm-hmm.
and then a lot of it is just it's unbelievable, really, because I was an innocent party.
Girl.
I didn't ask to be here, bro.
Right.
Like I'm like, and I'm after I requested certain documentation and seeing it, it's a difference when you hear it all of your life. Yeah, you're his child, but when you see it, you are 99.9999999%. This is your child, but you still make it up in your mind. I guess being vindictive or whatever. That you have nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Why do you ask? I don't know. And then in my later years, okay, so it's been 2 years since my father, well, call him that, the person that produced my mother's egg, he passed away February the 14th, 2023. My mom passed in 2013. And so when I got the word about that, about the passing and all that stuff like that, so I made it a conscious decision that I wanted to see if I could reach out to my possible sibling.
Right.
Girl, they ain't want shit to do with me. And it's okay. I don't listen. If it hurt my little feelings or whatever, but listen, it's okay. You don't have to explain yourself to me. You don't even have to give me a reason why you don't want to talk to me. It's okay. You don't know me.
And that's fine.
And that's fine, bro.
It's jacked that I can show you the proof and you don't either want it or you don't want to believe it. But you don't have to believe it, but it's there.
Right.
Like the truth is there. It's sitting right here.
The proof is in the pudding.
It really is. But I don't understand how closed off people can be when you're trying to reach out and let them know with documentation, not just telling you that you could be, but I'm telling you with honesty and truth that I'm your sibling and you don't want to hear that. That's crazy.
But you know what? It's okay. It would have been.
The thing is, they already know.
They are. I think everybody did know, and it came to a conversation that I had with my cousin. That I went to go visit my uncle back in South Carolina, where we was talking. She was like, "I don't care what happened, you always gonna be my cousin," and that's the girl that I grew up with or whatever. So we did know each other, and then she came back and gave us the information. She was like, "Auntie such and such said she already knew because your daddy used to go stay with him." So I was like, "Oh," but I'm talking about these people. Listen, these people treated me like I was dirt. Like I was less, I ain't gonna say dirt. I was less than. They didn't mistreat me openly because I was a child or whatever, but you can definitely feel the difference. And that in itself brought on different types of trauma to me. It was self-esteem, it was acceptance, it was loneliness. Because I was just like, how can somebody be your blood? And you can feel so far from them.
And act like that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I don't know where
it can definitely be.
I don't understand it at all. I can't understand it, and I guess people grow up differently, but I can't wrap my head around not wanting to know my siblings.
Right. Because all my life I was the last born. I didn't have the ability to be a big sister because I was just last. So when I found out I had it, I was like, wait a minute, I got a little sister and a little brother. But I said, man, I don't want shit to do with her. But I'm gonna tell you something. I could be a very vindictive person and I can ruin all of their lives. I can uproot a lot of stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. Am I? Maybe.
What would be the point?
Nothing, because what I can actually gain will only be financial.
Mm,
That's it.
that's
I would
right.
definitely be enemy number one, and I don't give a damn. I can literally uproot and ruin a lot of people's lives right
That's
now.
crazy.
But all right, I'm
What's up?
stay tuned. To be continued.
Oh, hey, you need some advice? What you got for
What's
us?
going on? Shh.
Thank you for joining too. Tap the screen if you don't mind. Please coming in here. Thank you, Mr. Porter, for acknowledging BGT. We appreciate you.
I got some new
my girl
viewers
cheating
here.
on me.
Okay.
Your girl is cheating on you. Okay. And what's going on with that? What's happening?
Yeah. What's going on?
I better appreciate you. I appreciate you even more if you tap the screen.
How did you find out she was cheating on you? We'll wait on it. So on this live here, I got low.
She told me.
Oh shit! So she bold.
Wow.
Leave her.
So that sound like she ready to ride.
Oh yeah. I mean, if she bold enough to tell you she cheated and there's no remorse, but it's completely gonna be up to you.
So what I'm saying, okay, so look, if she told you she was cheating on you, is there something that she was asking you to do that you didn't do?
But I forgave her.
But you forgave her? That's great. If you have the heart to do it.
If you forgave her and you told her that you forgave her, guess what you got to do now?
Move
on.
Let it go.
Let it go.
And so let me tell you again that we are not professionals. We do not give you this advice.
Sucker. He's not a sucker because he forgave her.
We don't give you this advice under any type of licensing. This is our own thoughts.
Talking about sucker. Don't do that. That man forgave her. They probably was together for a long time.
It's all good.
You ain't never forgave nobody. Oh, okay.
Thank you for tapping the screen. Really appreciate you. He forgave her, but he doesn't have to trust her. Yes, he does. You gotta build the trust back up. Yes. Yeah. But if you forgave somebody, you can't keep bringing that up.
But 5 men at once, though. Now he trolling.
Yeah.
Wait. You're trolling. You're trolling. This man said.
She had to be scared.
You're trolling right now because ain't no way your girl told you that she 5 dudes at once, and you was like, baby, I understand, it's okay. You're trolling, and I'm gonna need you to go in the corner somewhere.
I'm done. You have a good day.
Right. Karma said she couldn't be with someone who cheated. I understand that.
I understand. I can't
say the trust is dead.
If it's dead, then you can't forgive and not forgive. I mean, you can't forgive,
right?
But you can't be with them. Like if you forgive somebody and the trust is gone, then there is no need of you being with them anymore. That's a wrap. Okay, you cheated. I forgive you, but it's lights out.
Goodbye.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking about, I swear. I'm all right.
I'm done with that.
Carmen said, I can forgive, but the forgiveness will be for me. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was trying to get to.
Absolutely.
It has to be up to you. Right. Now, whether you continue to deal with this person romantically or just friend,
that's going to be up to you.
That's going to be up to you as well. Mm-hmm. But if it was me and my dude told me, hey, babe, I just had sex with 5 girls.
Yeah.
You know what? Get out my face.
And we out.
Yeah, because right now you trolling my G. And ain't nobody got time for it.
I cannot. That is hilarious.
Booted and scooted up out of here. Did you know DJ Unk died?
No.
He died on the 24th.
Nobody told me that.
I'm not, Carmen said I'm not living like that. Just bring the girl home. Don't have to cheat. What? You know, a lot of people, you know what? Hey. A lot of people do think like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what if your girl don't want to have another girl?
Pippa.
It's not a new way for everybody though. Because what if your current girl don't like girls?
Right, then what?
So you need to be by yourself. You don't need to be in no committed relationship if you have to bring women home.
Exactly.
And Carmen said, if you have someone open like that, more power to exactly. They have to be open to it. What I don't understand is that you're trying to convince someone
to do, like it's okay. No, you can't convince me to be with another woman. If that's what you want to do, you go on out there and do you, boo. But you're not gonna convince me to bring her into my bedroom.
Stay single, exactly.
Yeah, just stay single.
If you
be with somebody that wants it.
Exactly, because when I do believe in newfound relationships, you do supposed to set standards, boundaries. So if you have this particular conversation with your current person and you're like, hey, in one particular time, I may want another partner. How do you feel about that? Not what do you think? How do you feel about that? Because at the end of the day, maybe there's something that they want to explore, but they're not comfortable. You have to be mentally strong for the both of you guys in this, in this situation. But if your girl say, look, I don't feel no type of way. I don't want no other chick in my house. You're gonna have to deal with it or leave. I don't like when people lead people on in certain situations. I can't take it. Carmen said you can have your way when you're single. Why play with someone who's monogamous? Exactly. Okay, so he's saying basically if that's all he's saying, if everybody's comfortable.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Cool beans. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. You guys have been awesome today.
Oh wow, it's an hour.
It's been almost. We got about 3 minutes. So with those 3 minutes,
okay,
we're gonna do 21 questions.
Let's do it.
Wait.
They right.
I think they're right here. Oh, how long TikTok y'all might fall? Hopefully not.
Karma. Oh.
Yep.
Karma. You want to go ahead and jump in the box because we are about to do 21 questions. And
she want to answer them?
I would like for you to answer those questions. Yes. Come on, Karma. Come on down.
Yes. Let me find them. Don't come too fast.
Wait, hold on. Come on in. You know what to do. Requested, bro. There we go. Boom. All right, here we go. All the way to the what?
To the flow. To the stone.
To the dough. Hey, Karma.
Hey, Karma.
This is my big sister, Mila. I can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, now I can hear you. Now we can hear you. So we're going to do 21 questions. We have, of course, 21 questions. Well, 21 numbers written down. And so we're going to, you want to hand it?
No, she got the pick.
Oh, we're not going to do the number? Oh, that was just for us. Just for us.
She can pick.
Okay, pick a number 1 through 21.
Yeah.
This is what we here for, baby, bro.
That's what we do.
And if y'all can't hear her, I will repeat everything because we're on Facebook Live and we're on TikTok. So 1 through 21, Karma. 10? Okay. All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, let's see. Being realistic. If I can get things picking up, like we were talking about earlier, with what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
I see myself having my own movies, taking care of my family, taking care of the people around me.
Okay.
Started building my family compound. Purchasing land. If things pick up the way that I am manifesting. If that is not what's in the works, it still will be in the works because that's what the hell I'm going to be working on.
Amen.
Amen.
All right.
I love it.
Another number, 1 through 21. 15.
Do you enjoy group outings?
I do.
And why?
Why?
Because the more laughter, I be trying to make people pee on themselves.
Listen, not pissy.
Maybe to wear a line because I'm coming for that bladder.
Oh,
Not a bladder. I love it.
one.
I love laughter. I love making people laugh. And I just feel like the more the merrier, as long as the vibes are positive,
Right.
as long as everyone's on the same page. You know what I mean?
That's dope. I don't like a lot of people.
It depends on the people though. It has to be like-minded individuals.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I can see that.
Like-minded individuals. Even if you got somebody that isn't totally, you know what I'm saying, like on board with everything, but somebody that's not gonna be a party pooper.
Right.
You know, somebody that's not gonna be negative or fear mongering or anything like that.
Okay. So do you want to ask another question?
One
or do
more.
You wanna, okay.
One more.
Or something pertaining to today's topic.
Today's topic be fun.
Okay. So this is not a 21 question. So of course today's topic was trauma. Trauma part 3 actually, because we previously had 2 shows on our first season. So within the topic, how do you process out of a traumatic experience and going forward, dealing with certain situations? She had to scratch her head on that one.
Say that one more time.
How do you, from past experiences, how did you process out of that certain situation? And how do you prevent yourself from entering those situations in the future or going forward?
You definitely have to refocus, reflect, and redirect.
She said refocus, reflect,
and redirect. I love it.
I like that.
Daily. That's what I tell my clients. That's what I utilize in my own life. You know what I'm saying? Because if anybody ever told you that you'll get over it, you don't.
Right.
Every day is a work in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you can make it through that day, and long as you're looking forward to the next day and knowing that you will be able to refocus, reflect, and redirect, you're succeeding.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have to do it all the time because when you're dealing with trauma, you never know when it's going to surface.
Mm-hmm.
You never know when you're going to be triggered. You just never fucking know. So you always have to be prepared. And sometimes you're not prepared. And it's okay to feel those emotions. It's okay to be in that moment, but you cannot stay there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what a lot of people, I know with me in particular, is the triggers for me. Like you were saying, any type of music or smells or anything like that. You can be triggered at any point of the day.
Yep.
Any point of the day.
You gotta be ready. Might say he likes her. I like her.
You can just all of a sudden have that thought. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That you hadn't thought about that in a long time or something. You know what I'm saying? Just a simple thought, and then all of a sudden you're triggered again. Like, well, what if? Or how could? You know, just anything.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
I love that. Well, thank you so much.
Carmen, you awesome girl.
We're gonna have to do a whole show with you.
I know, right? I told her to. She told me, I'm ready to talk. I said, okay. All right, we're gonna talk to you.
I love it.
Okay. So today, y'all, we talked about trauma and basically continuing to heal.
Yes.
It's something that you're not gonna fully heal from, but you definitely you can put in the work to begin to heal from past traumas. I know I talked about my traumas. Of course, they were a lot self-inflicted traumas, and I'm getting over that. Mila?
My traumas were definitely done to me. Things that even God inflicted traumas, death is something that that's really, really hard to get through.
Absolutely.
But I'm doing that daily. Trauma is just gonna be here. It's a part of life. It's things that, because something's gonna get to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something's going to try to stop us, try to stop what you're doing, disrupt your path. Something is gonna be there. So we just definitely need to refocus, redirect, And
refocus, reflect, and redirect.
refocus, reflect, and redirect, like Miss Karma says, so that we can get through this. I love that. I am definitely gonna write that on my wall. Something I gotta do that daily. I love that.
You back on this cheating thing? Okay, we'll talk to him later.
Yeah.
But y'all, today was awesome. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much for
much.
tuning in on TikTok, on BGT, on Big Girl Talk, on Facebook. And again, our YouTube channel we're in the works of transitioning over there on live. But until then, all the shows will actually be uploaded to that. So our YouTube channel is Big Girl Talk 23. And so we'll see y'all next Saturday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
All right, this